What's up, Lynn? What's up, Art? I decided to push the live button just because my right rod just went totally slack. So I'm very curious about this right rod. Well, this is peculiar. Peculiar. Really felt like that right rod, that rod number 3, had a nice drop back bite on it. It looked like it might have got tapped just a little bit, or I'm just dreaming this all up and I don't even know how to fish. One or the other, or both, or all of the above, or none of it. I gotta tell you, I have never found carp fishing to be this difficult. But I seem to have always found catfishing to be this difficult. Now, of course, this is fishing in a lake or a reservoir, but come on. We got to have one of those easy days once in a while. Easy day where you catch carp left and right, mix some catfish in there, or vice versa. I mean, these days do happen. They do happen. I have been in this spot for 3 hours, and I had something hit the second rod, and I would have to think that it was probably a turtle. Maybe, maybe just something ran into the line because it rocked that cat catfish and carp rod. It was hilarious how much it rocked that rod. And I was definitely very excited about it. And then there has literally been maybe 2 moments of excitement since then. And that probably happened inside of the first 20 minutes of me being here. So I don't even know if I had my third rod out yet and when the second one got bonked. But since then, still just been waiting. Pretty sure I fell asleep once. And I got to tell you, that's just funny and very normal for me. So rained on me for a little bit, clouds all over the place. It was raining when we woke up this morning, really, really well. It was really coming down. So it is supposed to be changing any time here and actually getting sunny. So I'm really hoping that we might catch a little weather transition here that might actually help us pick up some fish. Got a couple bluegill here that I'm gonna cut up in just a little bit. So that way I can get some nice blood out there. And hopefully find some catfish swimming around. Channel cats in these waters. Some people believe that all the flatheads are probably in the north end of this lake or dead by now. But I just don't see how they could think that, but I don't know. They don't think that it's uh, a great area for them to reproduce, given, I don't know, water fluctuation in the creeks and the surrounding the lake here or whatever. I don't know. They said something all fancy like that. I don't know. I don't know. Well, so far, Terry, there really hasn't been many bites. Um, I was really glad that Lee Evans was live earlier because it kept me from going live and then having 3 hours of skunky live out there. Not that I haven't done that, not that I won't continue to provide that to the viewers, but I don't know. I think something is tip tapping around our third rod. We go 1, 2, 3. So I think something's tip tapping around that rod. Hopefully it will take one foul step, and that is exactly what we need. We need just one movement a little bit too far, and then we'll see if we have a big smart carp in here. And if we do, we do. Or it might be a channel cat. You never know. Came down here and it was all cloudy and was pretty sure it was getting ready to rain. And I realized that I forgot something. And that is sunglasses. And I gotta tell you, usually no matter how dark it is, I need sunglasses. So I might be taking a uphill jog to the truck and back somewhere in the middle here. I don't know. Yeah, MT, the storms I think have passed through, and I wouldn't call it too bad, but I mean, I didn't enjoy taking the dog out to go to the bathroom this morning. Not at all. It was coming down in buckets then. So So yeah, it rained pretty good, and then it was just overcasty, and I really would have rather been fishing 2 hours before I started fishing, but the weather kind of made that decision for me. And I've been fishing for 3 hours and nothing. So, that brings up an interesting topic too. There's a good debate. Yep, there's a carp jumping. Do you feel that it's better to try to fish in suboptimal conditions, or do you feel that it's better to wait for the weather to be seemingly more optimal? And then yes, of course, the the third answer is, we're here to fish, so let's just fish it all, but fish every chance we get. But do you feel there are some weather conditions, weather scenarios that we will just call them suboptimal, not like horrible or life threatening or anything like that? You feel that suboptimal weather, there are times where you just decide, no thanks, I'm not going. Excuse me. Yeah, fishing with Big Mike, that's exactly what I was thinking. And even though I fish this spot a lot, this is really the couple weeks where this spot usually has some giants swimming around, both catfish and carp. And I just feel that any time that I spend here is probably good time spent. So I'm here, you know. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. So hey, there's my cat. Yup, Bobcat. If y'all got any extra time, and if you want to spare yourself from watching another one of my skunky live streams, you can certainly go check out some of the videos that Bobcat has. We're trying to safely and surely push him well past the 4,000 hour mark, so that way we can help him get monetized. YouTube, for some odd reason, took away 14 hours. Has believes that it's because it's a 12-hour period, and or 12-month period. So, as that rotates, you're gonna lose and gain some and everything. So that's why I'm saying we just gotta push him right on past. I was gonna try to push him to go live and just do some cat talk last night, or tonight or tomorrow or whenever, during this next week, let's say. I'm not sure the rotation period that YouTube uses, if it's like monthly or weekly or what, 52 weeks as opposed to 12 months, whatever. But I think that he has a wealth of knowledge, and we could certainly, have like a cat chat and fire some questions, try to get a little something going. But I didn't want to tell him to do that last night because he was working late. He was live working late, just waiting to hear when that dinner bell was going to get rung. And I got to tell you, people definitely have the opportunity to get negative at YouTube and some of the policies or policy changes and everything like that. And if that was Bob getting negative, then he definitely handles his temper a whole lot better than I do. So anyway, I'll get off my agent versus YouTube soapbox. It is very interesting how differently your eyes squint, focus, and strain when you don't have any sunglasses on you. I am definitely feeling that. Now, of course, if I, and I'll say lightly jog, because me running probably doesn't look like I'm really going all that far, all that fast. If I do go up there and get those sunglasses, I guarantee you I'll come back here and probably two rods will be bent over, spooling out line, crisscrossing themselves like a couple tunas, you know, rubbing the line against each other to chafe themselves off, break the line, whatever. Because that's probably the kind of luck that I have. Yeah, this morning the carp were jumping everywhere. I mean, I bet there was probably 10 or 15 of them just jumping all over the place the whole time. Not that jumping equals biting. I mean, it sure doesn't. It's just that jumping equals some form of activity. So you definitely know that they're around there, swimming around in whatever kind of a pattern they're swimming in. But I guess they probably would have been about, 2 to maybe 20 feet on top of my baits, so that wouldn't have worked out too good. Now, that being said, I just want something to hammer these baits. Come on, hit it hard. Hit it hard. I don't want to sit in this chair all day. First one has a double hook rig. Currently, it just has night crawlers on it. Just trying to get one real generic thing out there. Earlier, it had some Asian carp on it. Nobody wants that Asian carp. So, but hopefully, it could be a bigger hit at a different reservoir or lake that we're going to next month. Hear the Black Hawk helicopter back there somewhere. Sometimes they fly directly above me. I gotta tell you, that's pretty cool. That's pretty way cool. I mean, it kind of scary, kind of shakes you and rattles you around a little bit. Yep. Never got to serve in any branch of the military. Most of our family members did. My brother has a bad knee. I don't even know if he asked, which is fine too, because he knows he has a really bad knee. And I asked all of them, but I have a severe allergy to bee stings. Hopefully that lessens over time. Honestly, I haven't been stung and I can't remember how long, but knock on some wood, please, somebody. I don't have any wood around me. And other than all these trees and tree branches and limbs that are on the ground, and there's no wood here. um, so yeah, seeing all the helicopters and everything. I mean, what young kid didn't know about GI Joes or anything cool like that, you know? Looks like the chopper went way north. Wouldn't know why. Usually they stick around pretty close. I don't know. Guess we'll figure out why here in a little bit, you know. Oh, dang. Yeah, I'm allergic to anything that'll sting you. Bees, wasps, hornets, whatever it is. Okay, did you see that? I mean, I could have swore that number 3 kind of had a little tug there. Anybody else see a tug on 3? Really? You think wasps are the worst? Probably. We put the most, I guess, what would you call that? Venom, or I know they hurt like no other too. Good Lord, does that wasp bite hurt? I could have swore that three like kind of did a little twitchy twitchy. I don't know. Usually carp aren't hit it and quit it, so we'll keep positive here. We'll keep our hopes up. Or it could have just actually been a slightly more significant wave, and my eyes just caught it at exactly the right time, and I thought that, it was something, and it wasn't. Because that's a real thing too, you know. I call it I call it catfish or just fishing dementia. No man, I don't even have to chum this spot. This is a dedicated feeding ground until June. As soon as June hits, then all these fish up here, the carp that is, catfish are still around all the time. But as soon as June hits, these carp leave this spot, and I swear to you, it's like they never come back. It is the strangest thing. And I ask everybody that I encounter fishing up here, it's like, do you happen to know where the carp go and hide? Because this is some baloney here, I gotta tell you. See, it just went completely slack again. Did you see that? Yeah, I don't feel anything on there. Trying to encourage the fish to, move forward, try to demonstrate some of its power and glory for the audience. I mean, come on, fish. Come on, fish. What's up, Smoke? Oh, just trying to demonstrate to everybody once again how not so easy fishing can be for some of us. Oh Lord, fishing dementia is starting to take its hold upon what's left of my mind and spirit. Another answer to this too may be I just need to get the baits out there that much further. And you know, I used to bring 8 and 10 foot rods down here, and I would chuck these baits out there as far as I could. These 3 rods that I happen to be using right here are not exactly known for getting great distance. So you never know. That may also be one of my very next steps. But I literally only have, a little under 3 hours to figure all that out. Then I got to go pick up Lauren from school. I got the 10 footers up in the truck, Has. If I go up there for my sunglasses, I'm coming back with the long bombers. I'll just leave these things set right here in the holders. Ain't no way they're, well, I shouldn't say that. Let someone knock on some wood. Let it slip out there. Trying to jinx myself. Oh, goodness. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I just keep trying to jinx myself like that. You need... No, you need the little ones out there, Dad, to get the fish for you to show. All right. Well, we have got an instruction from the people's champion to go get the long bombers and to rain fire out there. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, and I never do this. I am going to leave those rods right there. So, it's up to y'all to watch them. It's up to you all to watch these rods, and should one actually take off, and I'm telling you, it's probably only going to be rod 3. Well, maybe it would be rod 2 just because it's the medium light, and I don't expect it to happen. But, okay. I have never long bombed out any catfish bait, so we'll switch it up when I get them back here. But I definitely have 3 of them in the truck. So, all right. Now let's remember here too. I am not the quickest runner. Very dangerous in a short distance. Not so good over a longer distance. And I'm staring at maybe 100 yards uphill and then back downhill. So I'm gonna go for it. I'll be right back. Watch the rods. Anything move? Yeah, I'm standing here putting together some longer rods. So that drag is me. Hey now. That was disappointing. Okay, let's switch one out. I thought we almost had one there on that double hook worm rig, so we'll throw it out there again. Leave that one for the end. Hopefully we get lucky while I'm rigging up longer rods here. Because we're going downtown. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to channel our inner fish snatcher voice. We're going downtown, yeah. Or something like that. He sounds something. Somebody's gonna come along and they're gonna be like, son, how many rods do you own? And I'm gonna be like, that's none of your business. Mind your business. Okay, getting close, need some more pack bait. And then we're gonna chuck one deep. Of course, this doesn't mean that anything will change other than the fact that y'all get to see me chuck out longer rods. And if nobody's witnessed the Cast King Kong series rods, you're about to. I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan. Very much, I think that they're definitely more carbon than other ones are. Very rigid. Helps to strengthen them up so you can chuck out a lot of weight, which is good because this is going to be like a big old huge pile of pack bait on a spring type sinker. All right. Let's see how we do. Gotta watch this tree above me too. Oh, that felt pretty good. I don't know if it was worth jogging up that hill, but that was fun. And we are definitely a lot further out. A little bit of a height difference here. 10, 7. All right. Mr. Disappointment, your time has come to an end here. You are getting switched out. Yep. Do the rest of y'all talk to your fishing equipment like I do? I mean, usually it's like, hey, what's wrong with you? You know, I mean, catch anything, you know, of nice size. There is praise, it's not all negative. We can't always focus on the negative. I will say this is the first time I've ever stood a 10-footer up in the air like that. That's different. Thankfully, the camera's positioned nicely for it, so that's a win. We'll take that as a win. Yeah, the water's up here compared to its normal water level. So usually when the water's down real good, that's when I'll bring the taller rods, because then I know that I won't hit this tree. And hey, not that I haven't hit it before, it's just kind of embarrassing. So I try not to hit it. Put it that way, I try not to hit it. All right, let's get some more pack bait. We'll go 2 carpy, and then the next one we'll get out. I'm gonna change the baits on that double hook rig, or might use this other Whisker Seeker I have here. It's 9.5 foot. Yeah, I should probably be better on this thing, a little bit more proportionate. Man, this pack bait I made is pretty sticky. I mean, that's a good thing, but man, it's all over my hands. Actually, it's all over everything, really. I like to get a lot of that off of there so that way it's not all over my equipment. This one, I'm gonna try to go that way. I'll hung up in this tree. Definitely a lot further out than the second one. Came so close to hooking myself. Let's see. How are we gonna do this? Is my head totally blocking the shot? Probably. That's one of the problems of having a big dome. Block a lot of the shot sometimes. All right. Oh. Maybe we'll use that rig. Let's keep looking. Nope. Now let's go simple. We don't want to overdo it. Let's not get too fancy. Ooh, that big rod's rocking around that wind. All right, let's get a big old bluegill head out there. See if a catfish is willing to play along today. Ooh, you're slimy. Oh, I want some guts. Come on, man. Keep all them guts in there for me for a little bit. So I launch you out there. Check the two-piece rod for Kevin, just to make sure. Because you never know. Maybe a little bit further. I was a little off balance, so. Okay, I got the other gear stowed away. It's all in order. Now it's just time for the fish to cooperate. Yeah, my little jog up the hill didn't go so well. About 2/3 up the way, my jeans started to fall down. That's the problem you have when you're a big dude and you got no butt. We didn't have any incidents, so, you know, no law enforcement was necessary or whatnot. I was laughing. And, you know, it must have been from my torrid pace up the hill. Not. But yeah, it is finally starting to warm up a little bit. The sun's popped out. It is probably about time for me to remove my thin sweatshirt here. You know, because why would you sweat when you're doing, you know, when you're fishing if you don't need to sweat when you're fishing? And no, it's not because I just ran 100 yards. Well, excuse me, jogged, trotted. I trotted. Now, scampered sounds pretty quick. Scurried also sounds too quick. I'm not that quick. I don't know. Prancing sounds like it's playful. I mean, I was serious and deliberate. So I don't know if prancing up the hill is the right word. Scuttled. That's a good word. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Oh, it was quicker than a march, Josh. I had a little pace about me until my jeans fell down. And then I had to stop. But then I did continue my previous pace and scuttled up the rest of the hill. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jersey. I seldom prance. I don't know. I'm just happy, you know, has made a decision. He said, go get the long bombers. You know, we made a decision. We changed things up a little bit. We're going for it, you know. I mean, because let's face it, you get too, I don't know. I don't want to say lazy, but you get too comfortable. You start making too many mistakes in judgment, and then you don't act. And there's a time for that, for sure. There's a time for that. Lauren has a makeup game tonight. Ah, complacent. Excellent, excellent. Josh, you may have found a new place on the roster, man. You might be my wordsmith. Yeah. Lauren has a makeup game tonight. Last night's game was canceled. It was going to rain right when the games were going to happen. And I don't think that there was any chance of lightning or anything, but obviously it's kids. You're going to, oh, yeah. Hello, Mr. Carp. About 30 or 40 yards to your right. Perhaps you'll find something delicious, something you're interested in. Well, maybe it's more like 60 yards. But yeah, so we got the game tonight, and Leia is desperate to go pond fishing again. I continue to re-rig rods for them because Lauren is not so easy on some of the equipment. And then let's face it, Leia's 3 and still doesn't really know what she's doing. So I learned a very valuable lesson, and I should have remembered it from last year, but I didn't. So I learned it again this year. Children and 2-pound line is not a combination you want in any shape or form. So If anybody out there has grandkids or kids that are that age and you're considering getting them going on fishing, I am telling you right now, use thicker line because they are definitely going to run into some issues, and getting even the most mild bird's nest out with 2 pound line appears to be nearly an impossible task. And even if you do, the line is so kinky and janky after that, it's just probably not worth it. So I thought I was going to get away with just cutting and retying, and I did for a little while, but then I realized that it was just not worth it. Hey, whoa, who's Goober Time TV? That's Dan? All right. I was going to say, it's either Dan or Courtney came up with an awesome channel name to branch off of the original channel name. Oh, 3 may have been tapped there. Did you see it? Did you see it? I saw it. Sometimes carp do that as they're just inhaling and exhaling the bait. Because let's face it, they are. That's how they vacuum stuff up, and then they'll spit it out. Then they'll be like, "Wait a minute, I think I want that," and they'll vacuum it back up. Then they'll spit it back out, and then they'll vacuum it back up and spit it back out. And or something just bumped into the line, and I'm getting totally excited about something that just randomly bumped into the line. So there could always be that. For anybody that noticed the rod change, we have gone to 10-foot KastKing Kong rods. And then this is a 9.5-foot Whisker Seeker. I thought I had my other 10-foot rod in there. I bought rods from, oh, what's that? Is it ProCat Tackle? Just to try them out, just to see what they were like. And at that time, I was like, well, I'd like to get some sturdier 10-foot rods. So I gave their 10-foot rods a try. And I got to tell you, they are a little heavy, but they are very nicely made, very, very affordable. I want to say they were like $67. Get like 2 for 125 or something like that, or no, that would make them even cheaper. It was 135, but got like 2 of them for $70, or little plus or minus. 10-foot rods. They do have a thinner guide on them, but I don't mind it, and I think that for as rare as I will use them, I think it would certainly hold up against the test of time. Um, I keep meaning to bring them out and let everybody see them, and hopefully see them in action. It's that's a tall order, but sometimes it could happen. Oh, look, there go the geese, and the little baby geese right behind. Ooh, something definitely hit rod 2. You had to have seen it. Did you see it? That was not the wind. Come on, carp. Maybe I was right. Maybe they're just a little bit outside of my reach. Could be because, we had some changing winds. We had a lot of cloud cover, a little bit of rain. I think usually the fish will retreat a little bit away from the shore, except for these psychopaths that jump everywhere all the time. And I mean, psychopath in the most loving and affectionate kind of way, because I do love that fish jump. I think that's pretty cool. But some of them are just crazy. They just jump all the time. Science has proven that they do that to like equalize their swim bladder, so that way they can swim in more, shallow water, as opposed to wherever they were. They need to do that to equal out. But I remember as kids and the family, we would jokingly grade them, and of course the Russian judge would give them the lowest score. You get like a 8.5 or a 8.0 from some. Oh yeah, it's on there. This one wasn't hit it and quit it. Where's it going? Don't get into that other line. Dude, that's so not cool. Are you over or under? Are you under? Or are you over? Huh? No, 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 don't wrap it up. Oh, that is so not cool. Oh man, this shark is a hurting unit too. He's got like a big old pimple on him. Dude, so not cool. Yeah, yeah, you got it. Don't worry. You didn't have it before, you got it all now. There's the other thing about using longer rods. You gotta move your hands so that way you can land these fish. Because you got all that extra rod length to worry about. Ah, bud. Hey, 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 hey. Trying to show everybody the fish. Here's the fish. Look what you did, man. This other line takes off, we're in big trouble. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he's going. Look at this damaged carp. I don't know what he's got going on there, but he's not well. That could be cancerous. All right, Full of shot, brother. All right, an actual fish. Although it was a mutant, that's okay. I like the X-Men movies. He had a mutant gene about him. I don't know. Maybe. He also didn't play around. How about that? Just as soon as I could spit out, did you all see that? Boom, he was gone. He was trucking. Oh, now the geese are coming back. Mama Goose must have heard me talk about some mutant carp, and she's like, that's it, kids, let's get out of here. Don't know what it means, but it doesn't sound good. That guy has seen, I don't know, thousands of carp. And if he's saying it's got a mutant gene, we're out of here. We're going back home. All right, score one for the coconut. Score one for the Kong rod. Hey, at least we didn't scare the geese. Was not my intention, Mama Goose. This one got knocked around. Bring it up, throw it back out there. Now here's another thing about this pack bait. You make it to where it all breaks off nice and easy, then you got to make a whole lot more of it. I like to use our family's dough ball recipe, and it doesn't come off right away. I'll be honest, really all that does is attract them, you know, bring them in. And they're gonna find what's on that hook bait, that hair rig, whatever you're doing. And once they do, it all happens. This back out there, but not get that tree or that tree. Definitely a different spot. I like it. I like that it's different. Whoo! My shoulder hurts now. Yeah, that's a 10-footer. No, I got a belt. I got a belt and I got another carp on the board. Go back and check it out, Dad. I'm telling you, he looked to have what appeared to be a cancerous growth on his I think it was his left side there, just past his gill plate. I told him he should have it checked out, and I told him that you know, I wish him well, you know, go with God. But yeah, he had a big old lump on him. Either that or maybe he was chewing tobacco. I don't know. Not going to cast any judgment on that either. But something was abnormal. Made me think that I really need to watch more of the X-Men movies. Especially since I think that, oh, thanks, Jersey. Appreciate that, man. We're still making the push for 500. We were at 475, then we went back down a little bit. I think we might be to like 478 this morning, but I expect, a few to drop off and then we got to catch it back up. So I just want that community tab so that way I can post up some of Lauren's awesome thoughts and questions about fishing, and allow some of the YouTube fishing family to answer that or chime in or just enjoy, hey, all right, another +1, we'll take it. Creeping our way up there, you know. I don't usually post too many videos. I'm usually more of a live guy, or I'll participate with other people, just generally speaking. I've been posting more shorts just because Lauren's T-ball is just too much fun. And I don't have to tell you. I mean, you said you played ball through college. So, I thought it was parents who were all crazy about their kids and the parents were like reliving their childhood. But I played T-ball and I couldn't hit it and I hated it. And it really bothered me. And went on to play other sports. But man, so it's just too much fun watching your kid enjoy the game, man. Too much fun. She likes to talk about it. She doesn't want me to broadcast live. She enjoys videos, and God bless me, I still need to remember to make a playlist for her videos because she likes to watch them, but she would like them to be a little organized. So, oh, that's great. I'm glad that I sound a little bit like Owen. Well, it's probably because I hesitate a little bit when I talk, but I certainly don't look anything like him. So sadly, that is a truth that I'll have to live with. I have been living with it. I will have to continue living with it. But you know, oh yeah, Bob Ross. Let's find some happy carp. Let's paint some jumping carp, some common carp, common jumping happy carp. That's ridiculous, but it's pretty funny. Okay, I got 2 Gatorades, red or blue. What are we doing here? We got the, well, it's kind of pink. We got berry and we got glacier freeze. Pick me a flavor. Pick me a flavor. Art says blue. Do we have a second? Anybody else agree or disagree? Man, I tell you what. Yep, all right. Art and Jersey both say blue. We're going blue. Red'll be later. I tell you what, that rod going down like that, I just got to have more of that in my life. That just took away all of the disdain that I was hanging on to from the last couple days. And we caught fish when we were fishing with Spencer, and we let the kids catch almost all of them, so that was fine. I don't think I reeled one in. I tried to help him as much as I could. I'm trying to earn the title of first mate on the midnight special. And I know that only applies when I happen to be on the vessel, but it's important to me. I think Spencer knows now that it's important to me, you know. He didn't let me re-rig any of the lines, which is probably a good thing because he was making double hook rigs, and a few of them he threw out and they weren't double hook rigs. But actually right now I do have hair rigs and I do have boilies. On one of them I have the one that caught the fish. It's a coconut pop-up boilie. It's white in color and they are fantastic. I have also found them to be a highly effective channel cat bait. On the third rod, that'd be the rod to the right there, I have a pop-up pineapple boilie, and it is bright yellow in color. My brother believes that's absolutely the most effective carp catching boilie he's ever been a part of. And he doesn't even use the pop-up ones. He just uses the ones that lay on the bottom. And he has not yet even tried coconut. That's how effective he's been with the pineapple. My sister has used both, and she also does enjoy the coconut as much as the pineapple. I'm a big fan of Nash baits. I order those from bigcarptackle.com. I don't happen to have a code or anything, but hey, let's face it. If we want to catch fish and we find baits that we have confidence in, hey, pay the money. Get what you got to get and enjoy your time. I tell you, like I said, I got here maybe about, I don't know, 7:45, and it is now 12:15 my time. So I've been here for almost 5 hours. And I was getting pretty down there for a bit, especially when my first rod got rocked in like the first like 15 minutes and then nothing. And man, one fish sure can make you a whole lot happier. I'm hearing myself echo in this Gatorade bottle. Sorry about that. I tell you, one fish sure can make the difference. Mutant or not, doesn't matter. Love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they love carp over in Europe. And they have to fish for them very differently because over there they're pressured. You know, it's harder to catch them. And lots of the places that they have to go, they have to pay to go there. And you know, lakes or ponds or whatever in England and all that, you know, and then you got the big river systems in the other countries, like Spain's well known for their fish and the Ebro, and you got well, Hungary, you got the Danube, which is probably one of the bigger rivers in Europe, I bet. I don't know. I'm not the one who has to answer all the geography trivia and whatnot when we do bar trivia. But yeah, man, the only reason why I continue to use hair rigs is because I seriously believe that I have failed to hook up with a hair rig. You know, I've lost a fish off of a hair rig maybe 4 times in 5 years, 6 years. So if I lose one fish a year on a hair rig, I mean, that is a great catch ratio, hook up to catch ratio. And almost all of my biggest fish that I've ever caught have come on hair rigs. And I can make them myself. In fact, I made a bunch of them to send out to some of our friends. I go back to work tomorrow, so I'll get shipping envelopes and ship the stuff out tomorrow. And the only other thing that I will do is I will use feed corn directly on a hook. And that's because, for whatever reason, in these waters, you put feed corn directly on the hook, they don't care. They want that feed corn, and they just take off. So I boil it, you know, soften it up, and that's that. It is that easy. So it's more difficult to learn how to make your own pack bait, and even then, that's not even all that difficult. I prefer to use dough ball, and our buddy Victor, his channel is iFish, I_fish, I believe is how you actually spell it. Victor, he also uses a cornmeal based, he calls it a paste, and he uses that as his pack bait. And he has a video showing how to make it. And I want to say that his is a little bit more intricate than mine. So I really need to do a video or just a live session, prop the phone up so that way you can see right there on the stove as I cook it, because it is easy. It takes more more salt than you. Hey, you see that jumper? Nice work. I usually say if they can get completely out of the water, they're not over 10 pounds. And that one was completely out of the water. So I'm gonna give him the random guess at like 6, probably a 6 pounder. I saw a few of them surface earlier. They could barely just get the hump on their head out of the water. So when you see fish do that, and if you know that they are carp, you are talking about carp that are over 15 pounds. And there is a big difference. Excuse me. There is a very big difference in the fight of a carp that is less than double digits, and there is no explaining to you without you having the experience yourself of how much fun it is to catch a carp over 20 pounds. And it is, what's up? 11th Street Bridge. You talking to me, Mike, or someone else, Mike, Lynn? 11th Street. I thought there was a 12th Street Bridge. Is that 11th Street? I don't think that any of the bridges down there are too shady, with the exception of Scott Street. But that being said, if you happen to be carrying, I don't think you have anything to worry about. And I think for the most part, um, I'm just a little bit too suburban, maybe, to fully get along with everybody down there. I don't think that they would probably appreciate my form of humor or my vocabulary, or maybe I would say something that would offend them and not even try to. But oh, Whisker Seeker might have just gotten a little nudge. That's our bluegill head. Oh, or it could have been that carp bumping into it. Man, why do I keep doing that to myself? I'm just torturing myself, waiting for that chance for the next fish. Wind died down, bugs everywhere. Well, that's great to hear, Alicia. I got to tell you, it's it's always fun to watch your live streams and to watch you when you're on participating in a tournament or whatever, because you can really tell how much you care about the fishing. I try to remember that, in my dreary moments, that it's important to remember that you're not always going to catch 20 fish a day. You're not always going to catch a 20-pound fish. You know, takes time. That middle rod's getting a little nudge there. Little bouncy, bouncy. Again, that's probably from the carp picking it up, dropping it, picking it up, dropping it, trying to see if it's anything that they do want to try to eat. Another thing about these KastKing rods or reels, seriously, do not ever buy any of their stuff without a code. And double check their website, double check Amazon, because typically they try to price them similarly, but every now and then there is a drastic difference. Um, the Kong rods were on Amazon, but I don't think that they had any percent off. And then they're on their own website, and there was a code that allowed you to take 15% off. So 15% off of $76 is a lot of money, and especially when you bought two of them like I did. And at home, I happen to have two 8-footers that I will be putting reels on very, very soon, because I also want to feel how the 8-footer feels. The original spinning rod that they had put out was 7.5 foot, 2-piece. I, at that time, thought, okay, I'll try it. And sadly, it showed up with a broken tip. Just the inside, it happened to have an insert and the insert of the tip was broken. The actual rod blank and everything was fine. So I contacted them, and they're like, well, you know, if you want, you could buy another one, or you know, we can return this one and credit you, and you can buy another one. And I'm like, you know, the rod is fine, so I'm just going to fix the tip. They thanked me. They thanked me for my continued patronage to the company. I I don't know. I think it was maybe 3 4 years ago. Ooh, that was a nice carp out there. About 3 or 4 years ago, I bet I probably bought like 15 Cast King reels. So they definitely know that I buy a lot of stuff. But oh man, your buddy caught a 45 pounder. Oh Lord. See, that's another thing that I was trying to get on the topic there. You were talking about boilies. I like the 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 biggest boilies that I can find. And that also is your way of helping to, one, never get bit by a turtle, and two, it's helping you to make it to where the little carp aren't going to take your bait. Now, the ones that I buy are 20 millimeter, and I will not buy anything smaller than the 20 millimeter ones. So it, I feel it has helped raise my average weight. Now, that being said, sometimes it's just super fun to catch the little ones. You know, you can catch like 15, 20 little ones. That'd be awesome, you know, but catching carp over 20 pounds is fun. It's way fun. I have actually caught 3 or 4 carp over 20 pounds right here in this spot. And I also caught a 20 pound, 6 ounce muskie here on a floating carp bait. And this is where I caught my biggest channel cat also. And then just last month, or this month, no, last month. Yeah, I think last month, I caught that hybrid that was just under 6 pounds. So it's just been an amazing place. Um, when it's hot, it's hot. When it's not. But they're out there. They swim through here and they eat here. So, ooh, is two getting a little slacky there? Little change? Or is it just the wind pushing it all around and whatnot? We shall see. Really don't like it when they move around like that, but hey, nobody beats Mother Nature. Well, that's awesome though, Jersey, because if you don't know the exact weight of your PB, then let's go break it. That's how we find out the weight of our PB, brother. Just go break it again. That boat sure has been hanging out there for a little while. I haven't actually seen them catch anything. There are muskie, walleye, crappie, wipers, the hybrid striped bass, the wiper, and channel cat, carp, buffalo, assorted other little panfish, lots of shad. Lots of those fish eat the shad in this lake. The channel starts over there and then comes across. So that's what those guys are doing. They're out there in a specific part of that channel, or they're just past it on the other channel edge. When I get my 12-foot carp rods and cast out like 100 and some yards, that's when I can tell when I miss the channel edge and I'm in the channel. I don't know. I don't know if my shoulder could do it anymore. Can't believe that. That carp wasn't even that big. And my shoulder's killing me. But hey, that's why some genius invented Tylenol and heating pads and ice pads. I don't know. I feel like that second rod is dropping back a little bit. The drop back bite, maybe. Maybe. Also got to check this bag to see how much pack bait I brought. Hope there's another bag of it down there. And sure enough, there isn't. Oh well. If we run out, then I'll just change over to lead. It'd probably go further anyway for distance, but then I wouldn't have that pack bait to bust up and create that nice little bait cloud down there to try to garner some attention. Yeah, it is nice. I definitely will fish out here until oh no, Jody, I can't tell you that because I happen to have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Although I never had an iPhone 11, so I actually cannot speak, completely intelligently about it. But what I will say is that the iPhone 13 Pro Max that I currently have is probably the best phone that I've ever had. Certainly the fastest phone that I've ever had. It is not the most expensive phone I've ever had. And I have been completely satisfied with it. It's certainly smarter than I am. But we already knew that. So we won't focus so much on that. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they like those notes. My buddy Nate's got this phone where it opens up like it folds in half and then opens up, and then the whole thing is a screen. So whenever we're trying to like watch the game while we're at the bar or at the restaurant or whatever, it's like, dude, open up your phone. That thing gets huge. You get both sides of it. I don't know if that's the same thing you have or not, but I'm just guessing it probably is. I tell you what, folks, I am seriously happy and seriously impressed with these rod holders. These are the Muddy River rod holders. You can find them on Facebook. The creator, owner, operator is Austin Pettigrew. You can also find him on Facebook. You saw that right there. 10-foot rod get hammered by a carp, and I actually struggled to get the rod out of the rod holder. I do believe last night on the Tiki Taki, Haz was using them. He painted his bright colors and for the night show, and mine are not painted, but they are. That is a nice bank rod holder there. So I've caught fish on it with 7 foot, 7.5 foot, and now a 10 foot rod, and all of them like pretty much lock in there. Oh, do you mean the bag of batteries? The big bag? Like 1981? Maybe, maybe not. How long has it been since we caught a fish? I'm ready. I want another carp. Actually, I take that back. I would really prefer that a big old monster channel cat hammer that bluegill head. But, you know, if it hasn't done it yet, I'm starting to lose faith. Definitely feel like this place is infested with carp. And obviously we have 2 rods with carp bait, so probably the odds are stacked in that favor there. My favorite restaurant just sent a message out saying that you could, today only, take $1 off any pizza. I mean, it's not really a lot of money. The grand scheme of things, $1. Maybe they said like 3, you know. That had gotten a little bit more of my attention. Hey, is the People's Champion still in here? I forgot to send him a message, but I was going to send him a message, but he was on the Tiki Taki last night, blowing it up. He your Domino's charges a $5.99 delivery fee. Our delivery fee here is like $3.25 for Domino's. And then they say that they'll like take $3 off if you pick it up yourself. And I'm like, you know, for $3, nah, you can bring it. It's not far enough away, I would say, to make $3 worth it. But it'd be different too if I were like driving home. Usually when I order Domino's, I got both the kids at home and I'm like, there ain't no way $3 is gonna be worth it. Oh, well, first of all, we would love some photos of the jerk chicken quesadilla. And secondly, I tried to start a term because when I was fishing yesterday, I had this monster takedown and it did not hook up. The fish did not hook itself, nor did it ever come back. So I referred to it as a fake down. I was wondering what you thought. Didn't know if you liked the term or not. I threw it at Kevin, Palmetto Cats, that maybe we should have a fake down of the year because I don't really think that it's cool that someone, do a takedown of the year and they didn't catch any fish. Now, I do think that Elston may have won that the first year, but he was totally honest about it. So no disrespect, no nothing, no shade. But I'm just saying it would make for another interesting category. And I might be in the running from yesterday because I thought the rod was going to touch, it was definitely pointing at the other bank across the reservoir. But we also thought that maybe we should throw it by you and see if you wanted to do like a parody, you know, to your other song, but help to get the pain and the suffering that all of us anglers go through from the fake down, you know. Anyway, I told everybody I didn't think it was my greatest idea, but it may not be bad. But see, this is the cool part about being the idea guy. Uh, if the ideas are terrible, then we just don't use them, and that's easy. And nobody, nobody gets upset with me that I happen to have some bad ideas once in a while. So honestly, I think being the idea guy is kind of fun, kind of cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, you had lots of fake downs last night too. Anyway, at the very least, I was just wondering what you thought of the term. You know, probably taking it a little bit too far. I did mention yesterday. I thought that it would kind of be like you kind of, if you were to do a parody, or or anything like that, it would probably be like you Weird Al Yankovicing yourself, which probably wouldn't jive. But I don't know. It could be fun though. You know, if you had different guys, you could do almost the exact same thing. But if you had like Chris from Catfish, or Keith from Fishing and Stuff, or whatever, in the video for Fake Down, that could be probably really funny. Anyway, not a complete thought, probably not a complete winner either. But you know, you got to throw it to the artist to see what they think. After that, you just let it go and move on to the next thought. Man, I know there's more than one carp in this lake. Come on now. I mean, goodness gracious. John Parker hadn't touched my equipment out here. My fishing equipment is okay, but it's not okay. We are in some we are in some awkward times here these last couple weeks. I should be catching like 20 carp a day. Seriously. It should be that easy. But it's not. I wonder if something down there changed. Something down on the bottom may have changed. Who knows? Well, Solo, we did catch one. I apologize, but I do not recall how long ago it had been. But we caught one carp. It was a mutant carp, or I don't know. He may have like cancer or something. He had a big old bubble coming off the side of him, and he messed up my other line. It was hilarious, really. It was pretty funny. I mean, he's just a carp doing what carp do: cause havoc, swim all over the place, pick up every line that they can touch. That's what they do. No, but I was out here for like, I don't know, what was it? Almost 3 hours, or maybe it was more. So we decided to make the change, get some longer rods, and try to cast out further. And it did pay off right away. Now we're just waiting again. Yep. We're just waiting. Yeah. I can't remember. Was it Jody or was it Jersey who typed in there to double check to see if you happen to be subscribed to me? And you know what? If you're in here, you probably are. But uh, someone who I've been following for as long as I can remember subscribed to me last night. And that's because I probably put my content out there so inconsistently that that subscription just falls off. You know, it's absolutely no doing of anybody's. It's just how YouTube works. You know, it's just part of the way the things go. But yeah, last night I'm like, whoa. I was like, I think I've been watching this guy's videos for like I don't know how many years, and uh, and so it made me smile. It wasn't upsetting at all. Wasn't disappointing or anything. And here's the other crazy part. He is always in here hanging out in the lives. I mean, almost always. So it was just kind of random, but that's when I made the mention in a different chat that it is nice to just maybe ask everybody to double check because if someone else shares it and if you click on that link, bang, you're in there. And I don't have it set to subscriber mode only, and that's so that way anybody can come in or do whatever. And let's be honest too, my my mods are so well trained at this point that they enjoy a bot once in a while. You know, you just want one here or there so you can hammer them. Jody's not happy if she doesn't get to time somebody out. I mean, so I can't give everybody a wrench, got to keep some people happy. And, but yeah, I like that. I like the way that everybody tries to help, those who enjoy it try to help. And, and not just, I don't mean just help me. I mean, they try to help each other. Like Bobcat, we need to get him some a good push here on watch hours, so that way he can get well over the 4,000 mark for watch hours. And I'm trying to get over 500 subscribers so I can earn that community tab. And um, who else just went over 1,000? It was like just the other day. I mean, I think there was a couple people, and I know Jersey just went over 1,000, and was it Jody who just went over 1,000? And let's face it, anybody who's putting in any sort of consistent effort, whether that be videos, shorts, lives, or participating in chats or whatever, if they have a goal, state your goal. We'll try to help you. I try to think about good ideas, and then I try to think about who can do it best. Then I try to think who has the time to do it, because you can't just give the same people the ideas all the time. Now, Bob, what on earth do you mean that Jody abuses the power of her wrench? If you don't have a wrench and Jody's in the room, she will time you out. Bob, perhaps, uh-oh, uh-oh, James hacked my phone. Ooh, James. That right there is not okay. I'm taking away your wrench. I want you to sit there as undoubtedly, Jody is going to put you in a timeout for taking your sister's phone, putting up a completely false statement. I mean, Liz might time you out herself. I don't know. But just so you know, you asked for this and you deserve it. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Mexigato. I really messed up. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Lizabella don't play. Um, I was thinking about that, Mexigato. I should have taken Chris fishing with me all week. But, I still haven't got any of those reels either. I think about doing something and it seems like it takes a month to do it. But I can definitely get you some sort of footage here or there. I do not believe, and I can't believe that I'm saying this either, but I do not believe that I will be able to go fishing again until maybe Saturday night. It might be Sunday, I don't know. But yeah, we gotta take Chris fishing with us. He's been in Iowa this long, you know. Yeah, we gotta take Chris fishing. Yeah, the beach is just down the way there. If you happen to hear any kids screaming, that's what that is. That's the beach. They're having fun. Ooh. Looks like somebody made a mistake or somebody didn't. Oh yeah. Yeah, see it hit it before I saw it. Oh, I know some people think that timing out is childish games, but let's face it. Feels good to feel like a kid again sometimes. And Rod 3 just went all slack. I was laughing. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, hopefully the line will just take off and then we'll know what it is. Otherwise, something just bonked into it. And here I am getting all hopeful again. Wind looks like it's changing a little direction here, too. That would probably be the third wind change that I can say that I've really felt today. Earlier, it was like there was like no wind. Then it picked up a little bit, and I swear it was like coming out of the, I don't know, southwest. And then it seemed like it was coming more west, or maybe northwest. Maybe west, then northwest. Now it feels like it's probably more north by northwest. I don't know. I'm not so good with my directions. I'm just going to throw that out there. I am not so confident. I usually know which way north is. Holy cow. We got J Dog in here. Did I miss J Dog coming here? Oh man, he's never going to forgive me. I mean, when your party includes a celebrity like J Dog, what do you mean I don't like you? You have a wrench. That not only does that mean that I like you, that means that I trust you. Which I don't know about you all, but I don't know about you all, but trust and like are two different things, and sometimes I seem to value one more than the other. That's just me, but you know. Jody, Bobcat has a wrench. You don't think that I'd let Bobcat run around in here, you having a wrench and him not? I wouldn't do that to him. I like him a whole lot more than that, which is also why J Dog has a wrench. Because there is no way that the J Puppy can run around the yard without a wrench and you got a wrench. Otherwise, I'd have to take your wrench away, Jody. I mean, let's face it, probably 97% of the people out there would feel safer if you didn't have a wrench. But I know you like a wrench. And you know that I need you to have that wrench every now and then. Most of the time. So most of the time means all the time. And that's that. I don't know about you all, but I think I need to get up and move these baits around. Good Lord. That's kind of the difference too with carp fishing. Sometimes you got to stick and stay. And then as you can see, sometimes it's just not time. Now, what I will say of my history of fishing this location, and I have fished it a lot over the last 5 years, the lunch hour is never a good hour. Never. Oh, James might not ever come back since he did that, clowning his sister on her own phone like that. He just may never return. He might be timed out until next week. But he knows he deserves it. That's why he switched channels and then quickly went and hid before Jody noticed what the other channel was. Man, there's a big old bumblebee over there. Oh, Lord. You know, usually if there's any fan that I don't want to talk to about their football team, it's a Cowboy fan. But a very close second is an Eagles fan. I just don't want to put myself in the situation where I say absolutely the wrong thing. So, James says he has learned his lesson. Jody, do you feel James has learned his lesson? Oh no, has got to get ready to go to work. James, I think that you need to clear the air here. You made a bold statement. And I think you need to think about what you said. I think you need to think about what Jody said too. So I think Jody might be right. I also think we may have had a hit on this third rod over here. Looked like something gave it the little stretchy stretch. You know, sometimes carp do that. They just subtly sit there and just roll that bait around in their mouth for a while. They just hover. So the line itself doesn't move. But if you pay attention to it, well enough, and if you can see those moves here and there, then you can tell, yep, he picked it up. Nope, it's out again. Yep, he picked it up. No, it's out again. Oh, wow. Vikings, huh? Yeah, that's what we had going on there. Back baiting boilies. Ooh. Jody is quoting Britney Spears. Oh, this just got a whole lot better. Well, come on, Jersey. You can deal with the Vikings because their trophy case is empty. That's sad. And until a few years ago, Philly could relate. But not no more. No, Super Bowl champions. And you beat Tom Brady doing it. Doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, I used to be an Oakland Raider fan, and I probably still am. But I really didn't like the move to Vegas. Really felt like they should have stayed in California. Um, I'd also watched and enjoyed cheering for the Baltimore Ravens. I was a big University of Miami fan during the 80s and 90s. So they had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, amongst others. And I enjoyed watching that defensive football. So now I guess I'm still slightly a Raiders fan. And maybe just more a fan of just watching good teams do well. I am basically anything but a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Um, yeah, I mean that's I don't know. More description to come later, but more description to come later on that, I guess. Hey man, I never said I was anti-Steeler. Oh yeah, I saw Jim Plunkett play on TV. Like not in person or anything, but yeah. And see, you get those weird oddities too. Like me growing up in central Iowa, and I was a Raiders fan. Probably still am. I don't know. The whole coaching thing, get Gruden out there, emails, this and that. What I mean, that's pretty. I don't know about that, but I really liked how they made Mike Mayock a GM, and I really feel like the team is actually continuing to improve. But when you lose for so long, it's really hard to like learn how to win again and win again. So, there's difficulties to that. There's certainly lessons that are learned and relearned and learned and relearned and learned. I don't know. Well, let's get up and change some of this stuff around. Oh man. One carp can make my shoulder hurt like that? That's crazy. It's that rod, that different rod length. Some kids just down the bank right now. They do not appear to be intellectual juggernauts. Just letting you know, in case they say something foul. Usually there's like a 4-foot long snake that comes swimming by here every morning. That weather must have made him hide. And I'm not mentioning that like we're friends or anything, because I am not friends with any snakes. But I am kind of surprised I haven't seen him. Looks like the debate team decided to go the other way around the bank, so that's good. Don't know if you all heard what I heard, but I didn't like what I heard. I don't understand that either. Why you just have to like loudly scream obscenities. I mean, I don't think that it even made him feel better. He appeared to still have the same foul look upon his face when he got done. I mean, if you're going to say it, get it out of your system and be done with it. That's what I'm saying. Every now and then we're going to say bad words. Every now and then we're going to encounter a situation where even the best of us won't be able to stop from saying the bad words. But get it out and then move along. Move along from that situation. Man, I like these 10-footers so much. I can't wait to try those 8-footers. I wish I'd have figured this out yesterday instead of today. Yep, that's one of the like 10 or 15 rods that are sitting next to my desk. I think a lot of people could name themselves fishing for a wrench. I see people going to channels all the time. And they're like, hey, what do I have to do to be a moderator in here? It's like, dude, we don't even know you. You know when man, that's awesome, Jersey. Yeah. I don't like people picking on dogs. Whoa, who is Fish on Alberta Outdoors? Greetings and salutations from Iowa. Yeah, this is actually my last day off, Steve Austin. My week off comes to an end today, and Lauren has a t-ball game tonight, making up for yesterday's that was postponed due to weather. And wait, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, so I go back to work tomorrow. But tomorrow, my mom is going to have Leia. So I might be able to do some pond fishing with Lauren tomorrow after school. And we haven't gone live from there because usually when we get there, that's when all the high school kids are getting out of the high school right there. And whoop, there's a carp. Ooh, we got some birds fighting over here. We got a turf war. Oh, two more birds are coming in. What are you birds doing? Is that the only way you can settle your differences? Were you watching those kids over there? Yeah, that foul-mouthed chucklehead got you going in the wrong way. You should work together. That way you can find more stuff to eat. Yeah, that's how we do it. Yep. Anyway, now that the birds are done fighting, what was I babbling about? Hey, Trophy Seekers Outdoors. See, look at that. Central Valley Adventures. These people come in and Jody doesn't put the sharks up. You know, that's respect. That's nice. Or she was just going to push the button and I happened to give them wrenches before she pushed the button. One or the other. One or the other. Oh, Daryl, we're just out here hoping that something hits. We happen to catch one mutated carp. Um, got the longer rods out here to try to cast a little further. And I got to tell you, I've very much been enjoying it. So, pretty nice. Getting a little sunny. Need a little cloud cover, but that's how our day was going to go. It was going from weather to not so good weather to uh, overcast. Then it was going to clear up and get a little sunnier, and we were going to gain like 15 degrees today. So we're kind of in that phase where we're going to start gaining some temperature. But oddly, this morning, through all the weather, the carp were jumping all over the place. I think I saw a catfish out there one time too. And yet nothing would hit any of my baits. So we went to the longer rods, get out there a little bit further, and sure enough, we hooked one. I do believe I'd seen a few other little interested parties, but could have just been them bumping into the line. You never know. We call those liners. I don't know what you guys call them. Hey, Daryl, I get the feeling that you can either play face or you can play heel. So depending on what we need, you're the guy. So that's actually where I got this whole agent bit from. It's not really my idea. That's Paul Heyman, because I'm a Paul Heyman guy. So yup, from way back. Yep, so we're still going here. I guess we're going to complete our third hour pretty soon. And I really need to pack up in like 40 minutes. So that way I can get all the stuff back up there and get to Lauren's kindergarten in time to pick her up from school. Then I'll pick up Leia. We'll go home, try to figure out what they want to eat for dinner, try to have an early dinner because Lauren has a t-ball game tonight. Excuse me. But yeah, I didn't even think about that. Got my days all messed up. Tomorrow's Thursday, not Friday, and I don't think we have anything going on Thursday night, so I probably could take Lauren to the pond. It's a very uneven ground there, so I don't know how I would. Probably have to step on one leg of the tripod to try to dig it into the ground to level it off. Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Daryl. I'm also an advocate for Has Life, Brian B. Catfishing, One Ton Fishing Club, Mr. Bobcat, and let's see who else. Jody, Pontoon Jody, now Bank Angler Jody, temporarily. Let's see who else. Hooks and Hammocks, both Chris and Telly, although I didn't tell Chris because I thought that that was a nice play on words. Not for a long time anyway. Beyond that, let's see here. Who else do we have? Miss Dana of Real Time Catfishing. Very important to mention that I'm not John's agent in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. I'm actually the on-screen. Uh, I don't know how you would say that. I guess we would both be antagonists, but anyway, just some funny stuff. Um, Lately, I've been telling Chad that I'm his secret agent. Um, it makes things go easier for him to think that. Um, let's see. You know, my intention is to go live every Saturday that I can, or Sunday. Um, but some cases it's been really bad. Uh, I I will have the option of going fishing any evening where there's no T-ball, so long as everybody's been fed and everything seems to be under control. Because now the sun goes down closer to like 8:30, 8:40. So the kids go up to bed at like 7, and then they'll get woed down. They don't need me to woe them down. So usually on any given night, I could sneak up to the res or sneak over here and fish for an hour or an hour and a half. Now the problem with that is that that's when everybody's talk shows are going on. So don't want to be completely disrespectful of anybody's talk show. And to be quite honest, I watch them all. So I want to watch them all. Um, but oh wait, that's what next. That's what tomorrow is. We're supposed to try to be on the show with Cause. We're gonna have to try to figure that out. Yeah, that I'm gonna have to adjust for that. Um, may have to get Leia sooner, and then try to take Lauren pond fishing. Maybe we go to the other pond. I don't know. It's more level, but honestly, we don't catch much of as much there. Thoughts. Interesting thoughts. Okay, so Daryl, getting back to Jim Cornette, um, like you didn't like Jim Cornette, or you were just like on screen against Jim Cornette? Because I happen to think that Corny is a fantastic, unique specimen. And I certainly feel as though he's contributed to the pro wrestling universe. Now, of course, I don't know it as well from the inside out as you do. I'm just a fan for life. But yeah, man, I still remember when he fell down and broke his legs. Whew. Was it both of them or just one of them? I mean, that was ridiculous. Hitting people with that tennis racket, that was awesome. And and then of course you got Paul coming in, and he yeah. Then you got Paul coming in. He had the phone. That was awesome. Ooh, Rod 2 definitely got a hit. Little wiggle wiggle out of Rod 2, which no matter which way you go, whether you're left to right, which is right, or right to left, which is wrong, it's number 2. Come on, fish. Yep, broke his ankles, man. That was nuts. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that the actual athletes were up there either. I'm just like, good Lord, what are you guys doing? And then I think about it, I'm like, well, you can survive that if you land the right way, and then down goes Cornette. Corny went down. But let's face it, sometimes those injuries are just another awesome way to play a different angle. I don't know. I think a lot of people are really smart. They can do some things really, really well. They can take characters that I completely despise and am against and make me like them next week. Yeah, what's going on? Somebody said they're not a Melhorn fan. Now someone's asking if they've been Dieter any fish lately. If you don't have anything nice to say, let's not say anything at all. I got to change the bait on that Whisker Seeker rod. If we're down to the last half hour, we got to at least give it a shot. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the other night I was talking with Trish and I kept saying that we were making it to 3 hours on the live. No, it was actually a fourth hour. And she was not there right at the 1 hour mark either. So I just got completely like, you know, uh, I just got completely mixed up on the timing and everything. And I was here for almost 3 hours before I went live. So yeah, Elston, that's the only thing we got was that one sickly fish. I was just thinking about it too. Maybe I should have kept him for bait and put him out of his misery, but he's still swimming fine. He swam totally fine. He swam right into my other line. He wrapped it up. He hopped over it. I think he was trying to tie it into a knot. And yeah, that was nuts. But yeah, I'm gonna have to screen record that and turn that into a short and try to get some clickbait going on to help my push over 500, right? Cancerous fish, sick fish. Try to do something to it anyway. That fish was weird. James, are you ready to apologize to your sister publicly? I don't think that I ever saw that public apology that Jody had requested of you in there. Yeah, there's the other question, Jersey. If he does live another 15 years, how big is that? How big is that growth on his side gonna be? You know, I'm sure we can take a screenshot and zoom in because I'm telling you, man, I don't know if it was quite baseball size yet, but it was on its way. It was well on its way. Oh, hey, Elston's fishing tonight. Look at that, folks. We'll be ready for that. I don't know if Patriot's going to have a show or not. He canceled the last couple weeks. I think he's doing some fixing of his house or his garage or something. You did? Okay, so you cleared the air on who actually is the best angler in that room? Maybe we just need to hear it one more time, James. Yeah. Really looking brighten up my screen. Well, I think that'll suffice for now, James. I know everybody has different definitions of the word best. Best, favorite, favorite best, you know. It's all good. Plus, if you know, get all sassy and step right back out of line, I still have the power to time you out. So I got to figure out how to give somebody who wouldn't hesitate, but yet is completely trustworthy, that additional control. Like, I don't know if I still have additional powers in Chunky Cats or not, but there for a while I was gray, and yet I could still hammer everything. It was crazy. It was cool. Crazy. Yeah, Elston, we got the 10-foot Kong rods out here. Those are pretty cool. I know you're a catch the fever guy now, but I also do not believe that they have any 10-foot rods. So, just throwing it out there as an idea. Throwing it out there as an idea. Probably an idea they're already working on, and I just ruined it. You know, it's absolutely incredible how quickly 6 or 7 hours can go by. Just makes you want to sit here all day. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's been about 6. Yeah, man, that fish was sickly. I was like, dude, you want to get that looked at. Something must have got after him when he was little or something, man. Turtle probably messed him up when he was little or something. But he's still going. He was still swimming good, man. I was trying to put some additional heat on him to keep him out of those other rods, but he still got it. He still wrapped that other line up. Man, these kids over here don't stop yelling. Hey, David, we actually caught one. It was a carp. I don't know. It was probably like an hour and a half ago, and he put up a good fight. Swam around, wrapped himself up into the other into the other line. Yeah, and he had a weird growth, like a tumor kind of thing, off the side of him. So yeah, we're gonna have to call him more than just one carp because he had some additional. I don't know. It was an interesting sight. I'll try to make a short out of it later. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You said Red Lobster has endless shrimp this week. I'm gonna have to talk to my boys. We'll go shut that down here in Des Moines. Endless shrimp. Yeah, they don't email me anymore. Must have been like, get that guy off the list. Yep. So ever since then, I've just been putting a hurt on the Chinese buffets when they have shrimp. Man, there's still a big old bumblebee out here. Thing flies by, you think that it's like one of those prop planes, like an old school prop plane. Well, like a little Cessna or something. Well, Josh, we only had one. I want to say it was maybe like an hour and a half ago or more. And it was a carp, and it had this like big bulge on the side of it, like a growth. So it definitely been nicked by something or something went wrong, man. I'd never seen a carp with an abnormality quite like that. So, but I'll be honest with my luck on live streams, I'm just lucky that I caught anything at all. Nope, no spawning going on here yet. See, there's that big bumblebee in front of us. You hear it? Yep, I'm allergic to stings, bud. I'm not here to agitate you. Go about your business. Nope, no spawning going on here yet. Not for the carp. I don't even know if the bluegill are spawning yet. Yeah, I got 20 minutes and then I got to pack up and go. Actually, I'm pretty well packed up right now. Just need to get those rods out, put them back in my 10-foot carry-all bag, and I can eat more than $20 worth of shrimp too. They'd always try to give me those different ones like that, and I'm like, nope, you just give me fried, breaded and fried shrimp and keep it coming. I don't know. I mean, if you had to put a weight to it, I wouldn't doubt I could probably eat 10 pounds of shrimp. Well, probably at least like 4 or 5. At least 4 or 5 pounds of shrimp, probably. My brother could probably hammer just as much, if not more, than me. And I bet my buddy Nate could do more. Man, that bee's loud. I mean, he's got to be 15 feet away from me, and I can still hear him. You have fished with shrimp and you've never eaten shrimp? Wow. You don't care for seafood? Or do you have a shellfish allergy? You aren't allowed? Yeah, I forgot. I'm in a different fishing position today than I was yesterday. So I probably need just a little bit more time to get to Lauren. So I'm going to call it in 7 minutes. No. Yeah, maybe somewhere in about 7 minutes. So I better start picking up some of my other easier things to pick up here. Make best use of my time. Got a random hook sitting here. Don't want that to come back and bite me. Collect and organize my few pieces of trash here. Man, I need to reorganize this bag too. Definitely could be better organized. I think I gotta make some rigs too. I don't see any rigs here with my absolute favorite hook. I mean, that's just like destination fail. You don't have your favorite hook, like a couple extra Carolina rigs to your favorite hook. I mean, do we want to catch fish or don't we? And we know I'll snag something up. I'll need an extra rig or two. Hello. Hello, carp. Jumping, not biting. Welcome to the show. Yep, we knew you were there. Not biting. I see something floating out there. Now that I'm standing up, it's like a stick though. It doesn't look like a fish. Something different. Something's out there floating, floating. Yeah, I think the tree limb I caught still over there in the grass, the taller grass. I was gonna play around with y'all and tell you that I caught that tree limb, you know, on my 20-pound whisker seeker line, but no, it's a diseased tree. They they had to cut it down. Oh, number 2 going slack on us here. Come on. What you doing going so slack on us? Yep, I see you. I'm gonna reel this one in. You watch this rod right here. don't know if we're gonna have time for that fish to take off or not. But here's what I was gonna show you because I'm kind of cheating. Um, I like to use inline spring sinkers. Okay. So really, you're supposed to put the line through there, put your pack bait on there, and it holds it. But I also like to fish the catfish, and I like to use that swivel setup with a snap and just put my lead on there. So I gave it a try, just seeing if it would make the fish finicky or anything. So it's kind of lazy, but it's kind of not. But I just didn't want to have to cut my line and re-rig everything. Just, see, that went way slack again, but I'm thinking that's wind there. But just a simple hair rig. This time I just happened to use a floating boilie. That's just because all the other boilies are in my office. But hey, having an office and having space, and usually leaving your office and then going fishing, store some gear in there. That's what I figured I'd do. They think it's a filing cabinet. Nope, it's full of gear. True story too. Full of gear. Yup. Well, at least we got the one. And it was an interesting looking one. But I gotta start hitting the road, pick Lauren up from kindergarten. So I'm gonna turn this off. We will catch you all later. Thanks for joining in on the fun.